Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Meshwa Patel. Today we are discussing about the Karate Supreme Martial Art. This topic is taken from the book Psychic Revolution written by Dr. Manu Parmar sir, Professor and Head of Department of Psychiatry. This topic is one of the most favorite topic of Manu sir. The Karate Supreme Martial Art. Karate is made up of three ideograms, literally meaning Kara means empty, free like an air, Te means hand, and Do means way. But another sense of karate is the way of self-perfection through the practice of technique of emptiness. Emptiness being understood both physically and mentally. It is a journey which begins with the physical and ends with the spirit. Karate do it like three concentric circles. The outer circle which represent physical karate. The middle circle symbolize the art of karate. And the inner circle which is linked to the spirit. The goal is to develop the spirit. The karate is one of the oldest and most effective means of fighting. It is ultimate art of under combat as well as being a superb system of achieving physical fitness and control. It consists of stretching of body, body condition, body shifting, blocking, punching, striking, kicking, throwing and meditation. Karate simultaneously develop all the power of your body and mind. It strengthen as a powerful weapon. Whole body becomes more alert and one develops control and presence of mind to handle any situation with confidence. By this karate, able to do what he desire without getting hurt himself. The mind is mastered through the meditation technique expressed in self-confidence and self-awareness. Karate is always challenging, stimulating and specific purposeful. True karate is a physical art, a technique of self-defense, self-discipline and healthy sport. History of karate. While sport karate is new, its roots are attached to ancient India and China. India has greatly influenced the fighting technique of East. India is considered the birthplace of martial art. Indian combat technique resembling modern karate were transferred to China by Buddhist monk. A Buddhist priest named Buddhidharma traveled to China from India where he taught the monks a combination of yoga and Indian first fighting. Later on in China, variation and local style appeared. Practical application of knowledge of vital points of body to fighting were made on live subject by local fighters. Buddhidharma at the Shaolin temple undertook the teaching of Zen Buddhism. Ascetism and meditation in the sitting position are two main forms of Zen practice. It is said that the monks were so weakened by harshness of their training that many passed away, so unable them to recover their health and strengthen their bodies so that they could keep on with the practice of Zen. Bodhidharma developed a training method which consists both physical and spiritual development. He asserted that mind and body are inseparable. Thus, the physical aspect of Zen were further defined to include methods of self-defense. As religion restriction to use of ribbons, monk had to rely on the method of empty hand fighting. They were inspired by Zen philosophy of non-violence and harmony and also by the fighting attitude of animals like tiger, monkey, crane, snake, dragon. Later on, monks spread its fame to whole country. Philosophy of karate. Spiritual development of individual in the mind and body is the motto of karate. Initially, it was developed as a method of fighting, but later on the goal became the development of mind, body and spirit. From its origin, karate kept the efficiency of the technique and maximum concentration of the physical and mental power. Technique would be means of perfecting the body, which would respond at once with the determination. In the process of this, main focus on the mental and physical activity. The mind would be free from the constriction due to the fundamental issue of the life and finally overcome the fear of death. Thus, the original goal of killing has become one of living. The body is taught to react with all its power at once, but under the complete control of mind. This way develop complete harmony between the mind and body. The mind empty of thought is not necessarily in the state of nothingness, but the country it is the state of acute awareness but without the goals. Thus, it can perceive everything at once, thus, not being given to the opportunity to the unaware of that which is seemingly less relevant. In this state of total awareness, the mind is at the peace with itself and in harmony with the environment. Karate means do stress the position of development of mind and whole body. In it, one learns to know himself, his weakness and his strong points. Then he must improve himself. It enables one to reach highest state of physical and mental development. He will also develop fortitude, humility and respect for his fellow men. He will not be afraid to stand for what is right. All these qualities will make him better man. Morality of karate. Morality is foundation behind the technique. Morality controls the violence and use the art accept less than condition, absolute necessary and dire peril. Kata is meant to train the mind and not intended solely for conceptual and intellectual self-defense. Basis of kata in the concept karate ni sente nashi, literally translated in karate, one does not make the first move. All kata begins with the defense and ends with the defense. The kata instills the belief that true karateka never strike first and never strike in anger. He who conquers himself in a greatest warrior. This is the highest platitudes of karate maker. Gojuru karate. Gojuru means hard and soft. These are 8 precepts of traditional Chinese Kempo. 1. The mind is one with heaven and earth. 2. The circulatory rhythm of the body is similar to the circle of sun and moon. 3. The way of inhaling and exhaling is a hardness and softness. 4. Act is accordance with the time and change. 5. Technique will occur in the absence of the conscious thought. 6. The feet must advance and retreat, supreme and meet. 7. The eyes do not miss even the slightest change. 8. The ears listen well in all direction. Meaning of Gojuru. Go means hard, Ju means soft, Ryu means style. Literally, Gojuru means hard and soft style. Go also means sturdiness, firmness and hardness, while Ju means gentleness, flexibility and speed. Thus, Gojuru should understand as the style which accompanies all the technique. Karate is not stiff like steel bar, but to be relaxed, always training your body and mind to be prepared for a sudden attack. Principle of karate is based on this statement. This is no first move in karate. Philosophy of Gojuru. Gojuru style is based on the Chinese concept of yin and yang, by which everything is understood so consists of combination of opposite and where an excess of one or the element is damaging to the organism that consists it. Gojuru utilize the principle and its ideal contains both hard and soft elements. One has only practiced basic techniques, formal exercise to become fully aware of it. Karate student achieve strength and skill through the diligent karate training and gains hardness physically and spiritually. At the same time, he mellows and becomes a gentle and selfless person. Thus, Ju of the softness and gentleness come from Go, hardness and strength of the character. Next part will be covered by my colleague Hil Pargi.
Thank you to give me the opportunity, sir. My name is Hil Pargi. I will cover the topics of karate some important topics like ki, kai, and kim. Ki
And benefits of.
and benefits of karate.
Right. Okay. Okay. Continue.
Ki. Body and mind are two apparently separate entities, yet the mind controls the body. Internal awareness, real efficiency, the accomplishment of the action. All requires the union of body and mind. The energy which effect this union is called ki. It obeys their mind, which can direct it, cause it to concentration it on one area and make it flow. Ki is life itself. As long as ki exists, life continues. When the vital energy disappears, life ceases. The control of ki represents control over life, health, harmony. Therefore, energy, sumo, karate, aikido all have rules for use of mastery of ki. However, the disciplines of Budo all agree on one point. Mastery of energy passes through the hara. The hara is situated in just less than 1 inch below the navel. If hara represents a circle, its center is called the vital point. This point is the true center of the equilibrium of ki. In other words, of the all vital energy in the body. Kai. Kai is a materialization of the ki, the inner power resulting from the concentration of the mind and body by proper breathing. We all have deep rivers of the power which we rarely use, and hence we are unaware of the fantastic amount of the energy we possess. In the time of extreme stress, like when we are very angry or frightened or facing death or serious injury, these hidden powers come out and save us. There are two phases of Kai: the wind up and the thrust. Wind up is the getting ready for the action, and thrust is the efficient use of extra power for the critical action. In the first, you take a deep breath and think about the action. The prepares your physical mentally for the extra effort you are about to put in. In the second, you exhale sharply as you deliver the techniques. The sudden exhaling tightens your abdominal muscles, help the physical actions, yelling the triple functions. It helps you exhale more deeply. It startles and disconcentration your opponent. It makes you feel more spirit. Kai is the art of the science using ki or energy. Kai is perhaps the most important single source of the power of the human body, and also the most difficult to generate because it requires the coordination of the physical and well psychological principles. Kind. Kind means focus, concentration of physical strength and mental energy in the instant of specific target. Simplify, it means A. The mind has had to be aware for the techniques to be performed and the target at 5 which is aimed. Necessary speeds and power is used while doing the technique. Third, Kai is immediate at the instant of impact of the blow and the target. It is only when there is a proper kaim that the technique is effective. Without kaim, karate becomes nothing more than form of dancing. Very often the student learns to look at the target spot while delivering the technique, thinks that is a mental concentration. That is not correct. One's eye should always be focused on the opponent eyes in the order to read his intention. Even while performing kata, where one is fighting an imaginary opponent, the eye should look in the direction where the opponent is supposed to be, not at the one punch of kick or kick. Stance means called dachi. Stance is the most important skills to stand and walk in balance. Without proper stance, you cannot conquer the opponent. Example: shikudachi, striking, kusho. weak body points, basic technique like Sugiwaza punch technique, Uchiwaza striking technique, Geriwaza kicking technique, Atewaza elbow technique, Ukewaza blocking technique. Musino Kokuro means detachment of mind. This is the most requirement state of mind while fighting with opponent. Freeing of mind and emptiness of the mind is required to concentration and apply the technique on the target points. This is the only warrior state of the mind where person thoughts, imaginations and feeling comes into real after hard practice. Kung Fu. Kung Fu. Kung Fu is Chinese martial arts means one who never accept defeat. Unbeatable. Kata. Kata means dream fight. In kata, one should practicing fight imaginary with opponent of mental preparation. It is heart of karate. Without kata, no one can become expert in karate. There are several steps of kata increasing complexity gradually and more. For each belt, one should be had expect in one kata, then only go for next belt. Kumi. Kumi is the combination of many techniques used by karatists at the time on opponent. It requires great practice and effort on the part of participants. Balance. Balance is the most important factor in the karate. Without balance of the body, should not fight properly with opponent. There are ratio between balance and techniques like 70 to 30. Realm of karate. There are three aspects of development in the karate, like three circles. Outer circles is body, middle circle is mind, core circle is spirit. So, ultimate goal of karate is to develop spirit and universe. Secret of karate. Imagination of the whole day activity should be attack on opponent. It is more effective than simple techniques. Lord Krishna had also won a saved Garb of Uttara by donation of his whole life deeds. In the same way, one should also use imagination of whole life and attack on the opponent which have multi-dimensional effect. Conditions of the body and mind. Preparatory exercise. Preparatory exercises are necessary before practicing any sport. In karate, they are indispensable. Physical preparation. Body had to prepare in order to physical preparation. Body has to prepare in order to eliminate the risk of injury resulting from training. Preparatory exercise increase oxygen intake, improve blood circulation, eliminate toxic metabolites, strengthening muscles, improve functioning of heart, makes motor nerves in state of better stimulation, make reflex more rapid, joint make flex, reduce the risk of sprain. Thus, whole body become more supple for training. Mental preparation. Preparatory exercise relieves the tensions and help the mind concentration progressively on training. Preparatory exercise consists of warming up and losing up exercise. They should range from 5 to 10 minutes. These exercises including jumping, stretching, bending, twisting and circling. Supplementary exercise. It includes stretching of various parts of the body. It should be done only after the body is fully warm up. Complementary exercise. These exercises severe to develop good overall condition of the body. The aim is to improve performance of every muscle. Sport like swimming, tennis, badminton can be practiced as complementary exercise. Also running, rope skipping, squat, sit-ups, push-ups, rub-outs are practiced as a complementary exercise. Cool down exercise. They are to be completed after every practice to relax body and mind, to steady the breathing and heartbeat. They help the body of return normal state and recover gradually from the weariness of heavy exercise. Makiwara. It is in Makiwara. It is important piece of training equipment in karate do. It typically consists of a wooden board covered with straw rope. It is used to develop power, speed, stance, and also at the same time of the condition fist, knuckles, elbow, knee, and feet. It was used to learn concentration of force and focusing the whole body and mind on the target. Nowadays, in other equipments, use is a practice including sandbags and the speed balls, dumbbells and weights for general conditions to strengthen kicking and punching. Dynamic tension. In this, one can strengthen one muscle by working them against resistance of other muscles of the body. In dynamic tension, resistance and regulated by changing amount of the tension to make muscles stronger and enhance the flexibility and power. Zen. It is the discipline, the stress medication. The aim of Zen is completely control of the mind to attain a state of enlightenment and a sense of detachment for the physical world. Meditation is to the mind what physically exercise is to the body. The allows mind to harmonize with the surrounding universe. Meditation is the reflection of the ourself in order of the perceive oneself and the outside world by completely empty the mind of any thought. In karate, do not purpose of medication. It is consciously liberty by this mental force. Breathing helps to achieve the indispensable union of mind and body. As a result of breath, mind become more senses and mental concentration is increased. Perception become more acute and can defeat opponent any action. Self-control. In karate, the mind and body must be able to act at once and with determination. This requires a complete control over emotion disturbance which could affect the functions of mind. The mind should be clear to reflect the opponent altitude. The mind should exercise for full control over the body. A perfectly controlled body will execute a technique exactly as required. Thus, self-control starts with the control of mind and achieve the control of body and of the techniques. When one has mastered the techniques, he is fully possession of his body and his mind is liberated from emotional disturbance at peace with oneself. One will always win and ultimately fulfill oneself. Basic principles of karate. First to attack is winner. Second, use power of opponent for yourself. Third, use lever principle on your side so you can with less effort lift and hang opponent by arm lock, throw and leg lock. Fourth, attack the opponent by distracting him in other direction. 5. Blow on a weak target or body part of opponent at the same time save yourself from the same. 6. Interest from karate, enthusiasm, consistency, courage and hard practice and hard work are required. Benefit of karate. Martial arts of self-defense, improve health, decrease anxiety, depression, decrease hypertension, diabetes, etc. Developing masculine body, active body and mind, confidence, entertainment, sport like judo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, kung fu, help other weak people get well, disease from them, status in society, blessing from women to protect themselves in Kali Yuga, famous for the benevolent activity and develop tolerance capacity.
Thank you, Dr. Hill. Nicely presented. And thank you, Dr. Meswa, for nice presentations. Thank you, Dr. Pratik sir, for videographer. Thank you.